Well, so what we've experienced is the dog was extremely hyper and radical and barking aggressively inside of the car before she came out. And as soon as the person opened the door, Cookie was like, "What you?" And Jordy was like, "Yay, a fucking dog fight. I can get in the middle of this." So she flew her crippled heavy ass over and threw it. It was like throwing a freaking 50-pound sack of potatoes with teeth into the mix. And it was interesting that Georgie was the only one that got a little hole in the top of her head. So if my dog were seriously trying to injure this dog, they'd have done it. But clearly they weren't. They were trying to correct the dog. But see, they didn't have what it took because there was human beings interfering with the whole thing. I'm not just saying on a breakdown of what happened. Of 3 human beings standing there, me and these 2 other ladies, and they were holding their dog's harness, and I'm just like, let go, let go, let go. But they wouldn't let go, which I understand why they didn't. Because it was so chaotic and it happened in seconds. And I wanted them to let go so their dog no longer felt restrained. But they were so fearful to let go because they're thinking the pile's going to move over and then somebody's going to get killed, or if the dog's going to run through the field and get on 404 and get run over, which is really a great distance. But she said, "Doesn't matter, my dog runs for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles." And it makes me wonder, I said, "Well, how old is this dog after everything calmed down?" She said, 4. I was like, 4? My dog's 4. I got that kind of weirdness out of her. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot. This one works full time, a half hour away from her house. So it's like a 10-hour day. She's not there. She's got a doggy door, so the dog's in control of his life and her life. And this is what happens. It's the misunderstanding about, she probably grew up with a dog and everything was fine. When then she gets this dog's insane. She's like, well, this is what happens. So say, we don't want that kind of misbehavior on our property, is said Cookie. But anyway, that's how it went down. So, she's great. She said, "I'm good." She said, "We were just trying to, set the rules, the boundaries, and the human beings would not allow it." That's what happened. If there had been a giant 6-foot fence around my property, I'd have said, "Let that dog go. Let him. I'd have put Georgie away and let the 2 figure it out. But because we didn't have a fence, that wasn't possible, and then we had to separate them, and then they think, okay, we're enemies now. And I believe truly that's what happened in all their dog heads. And in hindsight, we see it all. But we could have used Cesar Millan and or Jeff Gelman and even Stoney Dennis on site to handle them. But they weren't here.